Down here, salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt. Taste the salt. Taste the salt. Taste the salt. Taste the salt.
I have to report, sir, the check mark has hit Twitter. Twitter Blue has launched. That's right. Twitter Blue has launched, and all the typical suspects, I would say, are in full cope and seethe mode. Now, I have said from the beginning, I don't really love the idea of paying for a checkmark. I understand what he's trying to do. By paying for it, you end up with like some semblance of like a actual account. But like for someone like me, the verified tab, I'll never use it. It's not like I get hundreds or thousands of responses to tweets that I do. And I want to see all of you, and I don't want people to have to pay $8 for me to see them. If you had 20 million followers, I guess that's something. It does become more effective in like finding actual accounts. But again, I don't really deal with a lot of bots. I mean, NPCs I have plenty of, but bots are not something I really deal with. So about 7 hours ago, they started rolling this out in iOS. So a lot of people asked, I'm on Android, and I'm assuming when they roll out Android, it probably won't be very long. You can get it. A workaround is if you sign up using an iDevice. So if you have an iPad or something laying around, or a buddy of yours has an iPad, you can log in and sign up for it, and it works. I assume Android will be any day now, so I wouldn't like be going out and buying an iPad to do it if you really wanted it. Now, there are several differentiating factors that exist, but the media, again, coping and seething. Here's The Verge. Everyone knows you paid to be verified. Again, they're starting from a position that anybody thinks having the checkmark means you're more important. I don't believe that. I paid for Twitter Blue so that I could upload my 10 to 14 minute long videos to YouTube and potentially make a few pennies out of it. Really, more importantly, I think people are on Twitter more and they're less apt to want to leave the app to go to another app. So I'm hoping that it leads to higher viewership. I don't really care about the money difference. I just want the reach difference. And then maybe they'll come watch my videos, or maybe they'll buy some coffee, or, support a sponsor. So for me, I'm at that size. And really for smaller creators, if you're just starting out, $8 a month is pretty cheap to be able to upload long form videos and potentially monetize them and offset that. And you see, Twitter's solution for ruining verification is another check mark, which is true. So it shows the blue check on top, which is essentially then separated into two types. You have, this account is verified because it's notable or in government news, entertainment, and other designated categories. Or the other verified, if you click it, the account is verified because it's subscribed to Twitter Blue. So if you pull mine up, for example, you could see like David Jaffe's really upset. Like, he's like, okay, I got the check, but it's not the blue one. I will never, ever get the blue one. But I was already subscribed to Twitter Blue when it was $3 a month. Posting long videos was gold and very much worth it. I can live with the price hike. But you do, so if I click on his verification thing, it says this account is verified because it's subscribed to Twitter Blue. Everyone knows you paid for it. But see, I don't care. If I could have access to, let's say, just every other feature that they continue to add and then they get rid of the check mark, I don't care about that. Now, underneath that, for like government officials, they added this thing under Twitter, checkmark official, underneath that. I think Elon underestimated how many people are going to want to pay for this, but I could be wrong. Like, I guess I'll know in the next coming days. By the way, if you're enjoying the coverage here, obviously I don't only talk about Elon. Would greatly appreciate if you subscribed down below, whether you're watching on YouTube, BitChute, Odyssey, or Rumble. Absolutely would appreciate it. Helps a ton. So Twitter's rolling out another type of checkmark to help distinguish accounts that users actually need to know are real. Wah, wah, wah. Although you can pay $7.99 a month for a blue checkmark, with the new version of Twitter Blue, select accounts for governments, companies, or public figures will get a gray official checkmark, according to a thread from Twitter's Esther Crawford, who's heading up the new Twitter Blue initiative. A lot of folks have asked about how you'll be able to distinguish between Twitter Blue subscribers and blue checkmarks of accounts that are verified as official, which is why we're introducing the official label to select accounts when we launch. Accounts that will receive it include government accounts, commercial companies, business partners, or major media outlets, publishers, and some public figures. Some. I don't think any public figures should really have it unless they're in, even if they're in politics. Why should they be set above anybody else? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But you end up with, the situation being previously verified does not automatically mean you'll get the new official label. Haha. Aha. And you can't buy the label, meaning Twitter will be the one making the call on who will have it. Perhaps there will be people to request. Perhaps people will be able to request to be verified because the idea definitely didn't cause any problems for Twitter in the past. Get wrecked. Crawford shared a screenshot of the label on the profile page, but it's actually not on the account yet, which isn't too surprising given that Twitter Blue is reportedly launching November 9th. That's today. So some of the math. Musk recently paid $44 billion. I think it's funny how everyone's like, oh, he paid so much money for it. So here's what the new Twitter CEO is doing to bring back in the bucks. Charge users a monthly fee for verification status. You may have heard the spin. He's doing it to level the playing field with the masses and the elite blue checks. But that's not based on reality. The truth is Musk is hoping an $8 a month subscription will make up for lost ad revenue. Incorrect. They aren't losing ad revenue. They're increasing ad revenue. Again, this is a fake narrative. So if Musk really thinks Twitter users will pay $8 a month in droves, thereby solving all of his cash flow problems, he's in for a rude awakening. There's a reason why Netflix, arguably one of the most successful subscription services with its 223 million global subscribers, is even moving to an ad model. Yeah, they got bloated and they lost too many subscribers. Let's not pretend that Netflix isn't making money. So if you say with 238 million active daily users, you could possibly max out at about $2 billion in additional revenue per month. $2 billion per month. But you're not going to get 100% uptake. You're not even going to get maybe 1% uptake. 1 to 2% uptake would be insane. For Twitter Blue to become Twitter's largest source of revenue, all users would not need to sign up. It wouldn't even require half of the user base to sign up. It would likely happen if just 1/3 of users signed up for Twitter Blue. Now, here's the thing. This is what I'm talking about. Right now, people are laughing and they're saying, and myself included, unless you're a content creator, you're either paying it for the meme or you're paying it for the content. Like for me, if you're a content creator. But remember when Amazon started charging for Prime and then they rolled out video service and music services? Once your credit card's in, they can start raising that price. Oh, just $1 more a month, you can get these new features. Just $2 more a month. The first dollar, this is e-commerce 101 for journalists who are trying to write about e-commerce. The very first dollar is the most difficult to get from a customer. Once their payment information is saved in your website, every conversion after that is exceedingly easier, significantly easier. Okay? This is as of Twitter's last reported quarter two had 238 million users. A third would be 78 million. 78 million users paying $96 a year is nearly 7.5 billion. But Twitter wouldn't get all of that. Of course, there's 400,000 current verified users. If they sign up, are there 10 times that amount who want to be verified? That's 4 million users, or just 2% of the base. What if the users want verification is 50 times the amount of the accounts? You know what I mean? The idea is if you end up with, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 10 million people, $80 million a month is a lot of revenue to bring in. You're talking about billions, once you scale this stuff out. So once Elon has the money, he can add the value. Yes, it still distinguishes, but you could see, live footage of Twitter Blue users getting their verified blue check marks. New indignity for Android users dropped under the new rules. democratizing the Twitter checkmark. You can only get their checkmark if you subscribe to Twitter Blue through iOS. I mean, that they're going to fix that, I'm sure. Twitter Blue is a problem. Misinformation is so easy to spread, and the damage it can cause can have a real impact, much more of an impact than a fake game announcement. You know your own massive sit down, Valve. I mean, this isn't really Valve. I wonder if you paid for it. Oh, it is verified because it's subscribed to Twitter Blue. Ha ha! See, you could just find that out. So you create the account, you pay for Twitter Blue, but I can see how easy it is to actually verify. The meltdown is ridiculous. I think this is really, you have to look long term, and that's why this is important. The more people Elon can get to give him this credit card information, the more money he's going to be able to make down the line. I'll be curious to see what you all think about this one in the comment section down below. Thank you so much, everyone, for subscribing this week, and we'll talk to you again real soon.